Good morning. This is Keloland on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
Mitchell police are asking for the public's help in finding a burglary suspect. The department posted these pictures to its Facebook page. Authorities say it happened early Tuesday morning at a business in the 1000 block of North Main Street.
An unidentified man broke into the store and stole some items. If you have any information on this incident or any suspicious activity in the area at the time, you're asked to call Mitchell Crime Stoppers. Aberdeen police are also asking for the public's help to track down a man connected to several storage unit burglaries over the last week. Officers are searching for 28-year-old Taylor Haug.
Police already arrested one person in connection with the burglaries at more than 20 storage units. If you know where Haug is, you can call the Aberdeen Police Department. Authorities say a weekend fire damaged about a third of the rooms at the Sylvan Lake Lodge in Custer State Park. 12 of 35 rooms were severely damaged.
Park Superintendent Matt Snyder says the building is insured and the state will rebuild the damaged portions. The lodge was already closed for the winter when the fire broke out Saturday night.
Turning to weather now with meteorologist Scott Munt, and a day of above average temps on the way, but a cool down as well, Scott.
Yeah, that's what we're looking at for today. We are expecting to see those numbers in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. We'll try to hold on to those numbers for the next couple of days. And then once we get just beyond this coming weekend, I expect those temperatures to fall. The numbers right now are mainly in the teens and 20s, though we do have 38 coming in Custer. We have 28 in Rapid City, currently 21 in Pierre. And that forecast for today showing highs in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. And Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. For the second year in a row, doctors want you to keep COVID-19 at the top of your mind during the holidays.
The number of deaths from the virus continues to rise in South Dakota, so while it's important to be with your loved ones, it's vital to keep them safe.
We look at providing a safe environment for both the visitor and the resident and our staff members. And we've got a number of screening and precautions in place, but it does not detract from the opportunity for people to come and visit us or visit their families.
Monument health officials say people can do a rapid test for COVID-19 when traveling and get vaccinated. Director of Public Health, Dr. Charles Chima, spoke before the Sioux Falls City Council on Tuesday.
One topic that came up was the study of COVID-19 vaccines.
In many ways, in modern history, this is the most rigorously tested and monitored vaccine in terms of the scrutiny that has been paid to the adverse effects and to see that these vaccines are really safe and effective.
The latest data from the South Dakota Department of Health shows that 239 people are hospitalized with COVID-19. Well, if you're thinking about getting a pet for Christmas gift this year, make sure you're ready for the responsibility.
You'll want to do your research and make sure you're truly ready for the long-term commitment that comes with getting a new furry friend.
But just make sure you educate yourself, do your research. Like I said, come in for a meet and greet maybe before your kids come in, and just make sure that it's going to be a good fit. If you already have an animal, we do require that you bring your animal in so they can meet for our dogs, and just make sure that they will be best buddies.
A few months after the holidays, the Humane Society does see people surrendering some of their pets they got for Christmas after they realize the extent of the responsibility.
Well, that's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
Okay, so an interesting question to bring up. What are the odds or the chances of a white Christmas? Now, some of you already have snow on the ground. We know that's true in the Northeast. Well, if you look at Christmas Day and where snow might line up on radar, this is what we come up with on the European model. Now, I'm just going to show you this. I could get into a whole bunch of other things. By the way, some of the American models are even higher than this. But we got to be careful here because we've also seen a lot of volatility. In other words, a lot of data that keeps going back and forth, and what it ends up showing us is maybe that 1-inch level in a few spots or more in the north. Stay tuned. We're going to have another opportunity to process through this this afternoon, okay? And that's where we're going to lead you into Christmas Day there with at least a few weather changes. Until then, mild and dry today. 40s Sioux Falls. We're talking mid-40s in Pierre today. It'll be just as warm, if not warmer, tomorrow. Okay, and then we've got a mild front, or a Pacific front, if you will, on Christmas Eve, which is not going to trim our temperatures a whole lot. It'll do a little bit of that. But look what the maps show us on Saturday morning. Well, there's some life to that snow chance, so keep dreaming of a white Christmas, maybe, if you like that idea. And if you don't want to look at it, I guess there's not much you can do. It's likely going to at least snow in a few spots. And I'll add this to the mix. Maybe this little warm front on Sunday could trigger a little more snow. Stay tuned. Here's an interesting map. So going into Christmas, this is Christmas Eve. Just temperatures 10 to 20 above normal. Look at next week. This would be 7 days out. 30 below normal. That's quite a change, isn't it? So stay tuned. We'll have updates on that. Well, the morning start here, they've been making snow out at Great Bear in the mid-20s. Our forecast today, 40-degree weather, so they'll have to shut down the snowmaking at Great Bear, I'm sure, for a time. But, you know, they'll pick that up again here for the overnight. And you look at the forecast, I would say this weekend is when we start to see some of the transition. Certainly nothing there that's overly cold for this time of the year. But by Tuesday, early next week, we're going to get a really good idea of what is going to happen with this cold air mass. And all suggestions are it's going to spill south. And by the time we get into the 7-10 day forecast range, we could be looking at highs in Aberdeen struggling to hit 0. That's a really good possibility. So I just want to make sure you're aware of that. I know the 10-day looks colder, but that's just kind of the starting point. Pierre also looks colder next week. We're going to start looking at some snow chances this weekend. Stay tuned. A little more to say on that on midday. And Rapid City could see a little snow as well as we start cooling things down. Check out details, our Storm Center update at KELOLAND.com, and have yourself a great day.